All right, guys, we're going to let Fedor finish running this out. And let's go over a few things first. First and foremost, I want to look at our next couple of events. We got some good ones coming up. So the River City Open, that's going to be in Jacksonville, Florida at Cue Ball Billiards, September 30th through October 2nd. 10,000 added. All of this is going to be great. Can't wait to be there. We have a couple big action matches. Shane Van Boening, Jason Shaw, and then Shane Van Boening and Tony T-Rex Chohan playing in Vegas. We are, looks like we're ready to roll here. I'm gonna check in with Fedor here. I'll be right back, guys.
Fedor says not just yet. He's not done hitting balls.
Carlo, you ready? In a minute?
Let him finish.
All right, so Fedor's going to continue practicing for another minute or two while Biado gets himself together. And, oh, okay, well, I guess he's done then. So, starting here in just a minute or two.
All right, guys, just a reminder, there's a live microphone sitting right above the table, so anything that you might say in this arena might be heard by a million people on the internet. So don't talk about anybody that you don't want them to hear. Fedor, Gorst, and Carlo, Biado, it's a race to 120, 40 each day. Ready whenever you guys are. There we go.
All right, so here we go. About to start this race to 120, and here is the lag. Looks like it's close. I think Fedor's got it, though. So Fedor will be breaking first in this race to 120. It is a race to 40 each day. And I believe they will be using the break from the box 3-point system on the break and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and something that wasn't discussed. So on an illegal break, there is no push out. If a break is illegal, no matter who shoots the next shot, you cannot push out.
Well, that's actually a standard rule. As a matter of fact, that's the rule they use in the International and in the U.S. Open on all illegal breaks. There is no push for either player. You have the choice to shoot or give it back. That's it. All right, here's the break. All right, one on the side, and the 8 is trickling past. It is good, a legal break. So the 7 went in and came back out of the headstring box. So Fedor has a shot on the 2. It's a steep cut, but he can go back and forth and lay somewhere around where the 2 ball is to get on the 3. Unless he wanted to spin it a lot with a low outside, he could maybe dig into the back of the 7 and use it to hold position for the 3-6 combo. I personally like just going back and forth. It's going to hit just above the 5 on the second cushion and come back. Just has to worry about getting hooked on the 7 on the way back. No problem there. Easily avoided all the balls. Perfect shape on the 3. And he's got a 3-6 combo. So I like to be careful with these because sometimes if you hit it too clean, the 3 ball will follow it in. So you want to hit this with a nice pocket speed to ensure the 3 stays. See how that 3 ball kind of trickled forward a little bit? You have to be careful about that. All right, so he's got a shot on the 4 in the side. He wants to kind of have the angle somewhere around where he is now, maybe a little closer. He could go up above and shoot the ball in the same corner, the 4 ball, but I like it in the side. A little bit short. I'm pretty sure he was going for that side. So he's gotten on the corner, and he's just going to have to hit it with some low outside, go all the way to the rail, and hit below the 7 and back out is what I like. Nice stun stroke. Okay, well, he had enough room just to hit it easy and hold it. Nice stroke by Fedor. So 2 rail shape, maybe even a 3rd rail to get to the 7. but it could be 2 rails out in the middle of the table is kind of what I like instead of the 3rd rail. Okay, he went to the 3rd rail. He did go to the 3rd rail, and that's okay. Gives him a nice angle to get out into the middle of the table a little bit away from the rail. So a little bit of low English, just slide straight over out into the middle of the table. Nice. Beautiful shot. A little bit of high left, 2 rails toward the 9. This gives him a lot of room to roll towards the 9, so the speed doesn't have to be perfect. Just contact the 2nd rail, and it's comfortable. Nice. Beautiful shot. Straight in on the 9, going in for the first game after this 9 ball. All right, Fedor Gorst, 1-0. So I guess he started out, he's ready to focus, he's fresh, which is always, Fedor always comes in looking real good, and, we'll see what Biado has to say about it when he gets his chance at the table. Very nice shooting by Fedor.
Fedor starting off with the break and run there is pretty strong, and I imagine that won't be the last break and run we see from him. I feel like we'll have some good packs put together, some good consecutive games won packs as well as break and run packs. So.
Oh, I see there's no rule on the 2 ball, huh? You can put it where you want. Is that it? Or is it just random or what? Because the last rack he had the 2 under the 9. This time it's on the wing.
It's
and
random.
The 3 is under the 9.
Yeah, random placement of the 2 ball is the rule here.
Okay.
Good.
All right, so random placement of the 2 ball. Okay, all right, so it has to be pretty much in a different spot. It can't keep showing up in the same spots every time, even though there's only really a few spots to put it. All right, so here's the second break. Now, the first break, he fell just a little bit low where he was far away from his shot. He wants to stay up. There you go, up above in between the sides. Looks like the 2 ball got bumped down low, so we'll be looking at a safety. I see cutting the 2 ball to the left and swinging the cue ball 2 rails to the right behind the 4-6-5 on the left side of the table, on the left side of the table below those balls. Excuse me. So you're cutting the 2 to the left, and you're going to the right 2 rails and back to the left on the other side of these 3 balls. That's what I like. That's the easiest safety. Now, I don't know if he sees something simpler, but you don't really have to get the speed perfect on this. Just roundabout would be good. Lots of speed on the 2 ball. A lot of speed on the 2 ball, but he's got good speed on the cue ball. Okay, a little bit too much speed on the 2 ball. I think that he hit it just a hair too fat and allowed it to move too much. Just a bit thinner would have slowed it some and maybe added a little bit of speed to the cue ball. But he did want to make sure he avoided the corner, and so that's why he hit it so fat. He wanted to make sure he was coming into that next rail. So I think Biado shoots at this. Now, he could actually deep cut this, into the left rail and come 2 rails back below the balls and play a safety, but he's got a tough shot on this 2 ball that he can shoot at. He can actually shoot at 2 rails to the right and stay under the 5 that way, bring the 2 back down in this corner where we are. So he's got a couple of options. Okay, so he shot at it. And so this is 9 ball rules. Obviously, there's no call shot or anything. So
yeah, I don't think you're going to see many safeties with an open look at the ball here with these 2 over the next 3 days. They're going to shoot.
Yeah, well, I mean, that wasn't no easy shot on that 2 ball. I thought there were a few safeties available there, but I guess I'm a one-pocket player. That's why I look for the safety.
Yeah, there were safeties there, but at this level, I think they're going to shoot more often than not. It's definitely a pocketable ball for Carlo.
Right. But a first shot cold coming in,
And no good there from Fedor.
I don't know. He's been cutting these balls real thin, and given the position of the 4, I think we'll see him twirl this towards the pocket and come 2 rails and try to get below this 4. I think he can actually shoot at this if he wants. I mean, he could play the safety, but I think if you got to put it over there, you might as well shoot at it. Okay, so no, he just went below the 7 with his cue ball. He went for the safety until he can get warmed up. Biado's going to have to get that pogo stick out. shoot a jump shot here. Now, I like two railing it and coming back down the table with the 3 ball, try to get inside the 8 or outside the 8 and just lay the cue ball down up there on the break rail and bring the 3 down here in the mix.
What do you think about trying to bank it toward the 4? Potentially,
I mean,
lay him up.
you could, but I mean, I think going that way, the cue ball is going to go a little bit faster, a little bit easier to hit it too thin or not, trying to get it to bank towards the 4. I don't know, and I think it's easier to draw it going that way. Like you might keep the cue ball in the middle of the table. The other way looks like the cue ball will fall down to the rail naturally, like a, left side rail and down like that.
Like
See?
your shot?
Oh, he got a terrible kiss there. Left it in front of the hole. Okay, that's not perfect for Fedor, but obviously he's going to shoot this one.
Well, the 8 ball screwed up the 4 as well, so.
It looks like it still passes, though.
Let me look and see.
It looks like it's really close to passing.
No.
Like if it's not, it barely doesn't go.
It doesn't. I'm looking right down the line here, Josh. It doesn't go, but he could.
Okay, well, maybe that's that shadow playing tricks on me. The shadow under the rail makes it look like there's enough to get in there. All right, so what do you see here then? I think he's got to shoot at it at least and pocket the ball and try to play a safety on the 4 because the safety on the 3 doesn't look that good. And it's a pocketable ball. Yeah, I think he should just pocket this ball and get a shot on the 4 to play safe if he can't make it on a bank or something.
Yeah, and if you pocket this ball and play safe on the 4, then the 4 is open. And if you do win in the safety battle.
All right, so he hit it pretty good just to get a look at it, and he's gotten perfect on the bank. I'm sure he'll shoot this. He's got to go forward with the top English and hit the rail, get back on the other side of the 5s, shoot it down in this left corner. I don't see him drawing this and going in the traffic. I think he'll go high ball here and try to get on the other side of the 5.
Yeah, I think you're right. Play the bank.
Nice shot. All right, home free from here. The 6 is hanging in the side pocket, so he could. I like coming backwards 2 rails. That just gives you a big wide open area to like that. There you go, and a huge area to get in, and maybe a little draw on the 7. Get closer to the middle of the table, and I don't know. I don't see a problem from there. You can go inside or outside from the 7. So, I don't know, maybe outside just to make sure it doesn't skid on you. But I don't know. I shoot with deflection, so inside is pretty easy for me here. But either is fine, whichever you prefer. All right, nice shot. He got out to the middle of the table. Nice soft angle to pop out off the rail. Shooting that 8 in. He'll shoot it with a nice little stun outside to get off the rail here. Oh, okay. Well, he's straighter than I thought. He drew it straight out of there. Well, game 2 down the barrel for Fedor after this 9. Fedor's looking real steady. I don't know. I think Biado coming in cold, I think that he could have maybe shot that safety rather than trying to get at the 2. That was a tough shot on that 2 ball from right there. Just a cold shot, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, and I'm like you, the safety was laying there for him, so.
Right, he had one either way. He could have cut it to the left and come back around like Fedor did, or cut it to the right and stay below the 5. He had both of them laying right there, I mean, once you get warmed up and both of you in stroke, then I could see you taking some of those. But that was a cold shot, first shot of the set for him. So I don't know. Let's see what Fedor does. Third break, 2-0 for Fedor. All right, no 1 in the side. 3-point rule is good. Biado's first clear shot. And the 9 is in play here, depending on how he gets.
Yeah, especially with the 4 or 5 looking the way it is. It does not look like.
Oh, he made one.
Yeah.
I didn't even see one go in. I thought Biado was getting his first shot right there. I didn't see one go in.
I think he made the wing ball, actually. Got kissed in.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I believe the 2-ball goes in clear, but Karam is in play if he happens to get a little funny like this.
Yeah, I think
But he's all right.
The 4-ball must go, Josh, the way he looked at it.
Oh, yeah, it goes. It goes. He got himself a little bit of angle. He's going to have to really slow his stroke to not get over too far on that 4. Maybe it's less angle than it looks like on the camera, but it looks like he has a soft little angle to control here. But other than that, if he gets on this 4-ball, he should be okay. There it is. And he hit it pretty good, didn't he?
Yeah, you called it, though. He was flirting with the 6-ball. Could have potentially been bad there.
Right, right. So he could just draw out of this or just run into the 5 and push it down coming off the good side of the 5. Okay, so he just drew it. Either is fine. I like that better. That way you only have to control the 1 ball instead of 2. So forward or backwards on the 6 on either side is okay. All right, so he came back, no problems. You'll see him roll forward just a bit. Take the 2-rail angle to come around for the 9, just like that. See, now he's cutting that 8 to the right, and he can come around to the left with the cue ball. He actually could come down the middle of the table if he wants, but I don't know. I like swinging it around like that. Nice shot for Fedor, and on his way to 3 after this 9-ball. Fedor's making quick work of the racks. He is not playing.
Yeah, and at this level, 9-ball sure does feel like an easy game on the. Almost feels like bar table, doesn't it, Josh?
Yeah, it is. It's moving real quick, and looks like the table's been taken care of. Is that brand new cloth on there? Looks like some clean balls. That certainly will speed up play when the table is accepting the balls well. And Fedor just plays good on just about every table. Also, I'm sure that helps. So, a lot of pool left, though. This is the one part I do enjoy about rotation, is it goes a little bit faster, a little bit more exciting, even though it's, looks like it's supposed to happen like a robot. It almost gets a little boring, but it's a lot more exciting watching the balls go in constantly versus one pocket where you're, playing a lot of safeties and moving around and stuff.
Plus a lot more swings in the score. I mean, you get up 3-0 in one pocket. It's a huge lead. It's nothing here.
Right. Well, hugely depending on who's playing.
It's true.
All right. So 4th break right here. See what Fedor does with it. And the 2-ball on the left wing again. Second time it's on the left wing in a row. Wing ball and the 1 in the side. 2-ball passes, 5-ball passes. It is good on the break. Nice and straight in on the 2-ball. Routine run out. No problems. I don't see any problems here, do you?
It's going to be a problem for the Black Tiger if it continues like that, I can promise you.
Yeah.
What a break that was.
Yeah, he's got a nice little soft angle to get it away from the rail, and the 3-ball's right there where he doesn't have to do much. So, yeah, he's cruising from here. I like 1 rail, a little bit of high left, back out to the middle of the table, not straight. You want to be able to get a little angle on that 4. So, yeah, that's pretty good. He got a little bit straight. He may have to draw it back and play the 5 to the left corner now that he's gotten so straight. Looks like he's got a soft angle, not enough to really hit the rail here unless he hits it super hard. I think he should just, okay, well, he stunned it anyway. See how hard he stunned it. He still almost didn't get there, but he came out pretty good. All right, so he can go 1 or 2 rails to the 6-ball. He just wants to be out in the middle of the table here. You don't want to go anywhere near the 9 and flirt with anything. Careful here. You don't want to go near that 9-ball.
This table looks really fast. Is it just me, or?
It looks like the rails are bouncing fast, but the bed is slowing down pretty quick to me. All right, so Fedor is looking more and more. See how fast the bed's slowing down even though the rails are bouncing?
Could be the measle ball, too.
It could be. It could. Well, usually the muzzle ball is known for carrying a little bit more. Like once it hits the rail, it'll just keep rolling. But this seems like it's slowing down pretty quick after getting some speed off of those rails.
Yeah, you're right. That especially the end rail down here, the one that he just hit first, looks real bouncy.
Right, and then it's not even making it to the third rail. I thought he would have made it to the third rail at least right there. But they both hit some balls on it, so I mean, you know, that's why we're up here and they're down there. All right, so Fedor about to go up 4 after this 9 ball. Playing good, playing real good.
Yeah, and you know how it is, Josh, when you get in these arenas like this and the size of the crowd changes, the table often changes with it. So it could be that, starting to fill up a little bit here at Rail Yard Billiards in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay, is that where y'all are right now, at Rail Yard?
Yeah, we're at the Rail Yard here in Louisville,
Oh,
Kentucky.
okay.
And we're looking at Fedor Gorst's arsenal here. Looks like he uses a Q-Tech Synergy.
Everything Q-Tech, huh? Whole Q-Tech arsenal. He's sponsored by Q-Tech though, right?
Yeah, except for
Yeah.
he does. I don't think he's using a Kamui Brown. I don't think that's right. Did you just ask him?
I think this was made just a couple days ago. So
Okay.
unless he's made a change recently to his tip, it should be close. But
I'll have to ask him on that. But here we go. Rack number 5. Perfect score for Fedor Gorst so far. See if he can duplicate his last break here, Josh.
All right, so he made the 1 and the wing ball again, and the 2 is passed, so it is legal, but it is not a good shot for him to continue unless he's going to bank one. He has to find somewhere to either push to or play a safety. And to tell you the truth, I really don't like the way the safety lays here, unless he's just going to thin the 2 ball and try to go under the 3 and below the 9. It doesn't, you know, those 2 balls are kind of blocking that cross path to go in the middle of the table there to get under something where the 3 is versus the 9. It's hard to get under unless you're just going one rail, just hit it with some inside, but that's a little bit tough.
What do you think about maybe just trying to do something a little containing here and using the 6 ball? I know it's pretty tough at that range, but I'm like you. I don't love any path here. Maybe just a little side to side, but
yeah. Well, I mean, the problem with trying to get to the 6 ball is it's such a thin cut to go to either side. You'd be leaving the 2 ball out in the middle, and you know, specifically relying on the hook. You know.
yeah.
Okay, he went for the bank and he lost his rock. He's going to give up a shot here. Now, it's not dead straight in, obviously, but Biado has a nice cross-side bank at this. The 3 ball is right there, so he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. I think he's going to take this bank and try to get off 0 here. What do you see?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really surprised that Fedor shot there. I mean, he wouldn't have afforded shape on the 3 ball even if he did pocket it.
Right. I certainly would have considered the safety a little bit more and try to figure out something to keep Biado from getting in stroke if I were him.
And
oh, he hit the bank terribly, and he's going to sell out. Yes, he is. Going to hang the 2 ball right in the hole there for Fedor to keep going. And Fedor has got to be smiling inside right now and feeling real lucky for Biado to have to sit and watch some more of this.
yeah, you don't think very often at this level 2 errors and go up 5-0. You know, Fedor played a pretty poor safety in the second rack and then just missed that bank by a wide margin. So.
Right. Well, in my opinion, the very first shot that he took, that 2 ball, was not really a high percentage shot. That was more like a 50, 40 kind of, you know, it wasn't a high percentage shot that he just knew he was going to make 9 out of 10 to me. I thought that he just, you know, took his chances on the first one. But right there, that was a routine bank. I thought that he would have pocketed that ball for sure. You know, I didn't see how close the 3 ball was in relevance to the angle that he needed to shoot it on, but it looked like he definitely could have made it.
Yeah, definitely just a wide miss. See if Fedor's pulling out the cheater here, so maybe not as routine as we had thought.
I think he has to hit it and draw this ball. I don't think he can go one rail, can he?
He's just gonna,
He tried to stay out in the middle.
just gonna take
I
his
thought he.
medicine.
Just a heads up, guys, we are going to go off of YouTube and Facebook for free right after this rack. If you're watching and you haven't bought your pay-per-view pass, you can click the link in the video, or you can go to OmegaBilliards.com, get your pay-per-view pass, 3 days of non-stop, high-level 9-ball. You don't want to miss it. It's 4-0 right now, but as Jason alluded to earlier, things can change very quickly. So make sure you get your pay-per-view pass on OmegaBilliards.com.
This is a little goofy here, Josh. What do you think he does? You think he's just going to go all the way around the table? Okay. Handled that well.
That's a nice break by Fedor, and he's looking like he's about to oh, excuse me, not a nice break, but he's finishing Biado's rack there, and he's dead out. Yeah, no problems here. Just roll his 5 in. I don't see him doing anything with the cue ball. Just pocket this and just softly roll it in. Pocket speed. Yeah. Draw back a little, get a little closer to his work, probably around where he is now or a little shorter than that. I don't know. When I get on that second to last ball, I kind of like to be closer to it where I don't have to slam it in to draw it. But Fedor's stroke's so good, you know, being half table is no problem for him. All right, so one rail back out or draw it straight back out. Okay, there it is. That was the stun I was looking for that I called the other game. He did it right there. All right, Fedor's about to go up 5-0. And he does.
And at 5-0, this will change quite a bit throughout. There's going to be some stuff that isn't all on there yet. But if we look here, guys, this is the beginning of our stat tracker. Of course, Carlo having a couple of tough misses there. This will fill out a lot nicer here pretty soon. But we do have our stat tracker up. Shout out to Marshall for taking care of our stats for us. Expert commentary by Jason Sword and Josh Roberts. Once again, guys, this was our last free rack. The feed will be ending on Facebook and YouTube here in just a moment, so make sure you go get your pay-per-view pass. I'll let Josh and Jason take it away.
All right, here it is, rack 6. Fedor leading 5-0 and starting the day off pretty good.
Another pretty nice one there, as long as he's not tree-topped over the 3. Looks like he may have a piece of the ball, right?
I think he